two magic new Brazilian rounds banked, it is time to return to an absolute stalwart on the UCI Mountain Bike World Cup circuit, Nové Město na Moravě, where the crowds may know exactly what to expect in terms of fast and furious racing, but there is some added spice this time out, as this weekend represents the final time for riders to qualify for the Olympics. The pressure is on.
So the big right-hander, this is the original direction of travel out of the arena itself, up into the woods, a big, long, wide, straight climb before the track hooks left and starts the famous up, down, the whoop super climb, one of the toughest in cross-country mountain bike racing for the second tech zone. Superior vertical drop, and then it spins and starts heading back down towards the arena again, and the end of the lap, extremely fast descent, and then a big long start finish straight. Green means go. Haley Batten gets away well in the centre of your screen. Puck Peterson shoots off the line. Martina Bertram moves through well as well, but it's Puck Peterson who leads them up the start finish straight and out onto the start loop.
It's whether people were going to chase her or leave her out there.
There she is.
And it'll be interesting to see how much she comes back.
It looks like Pauline Ferrand-Prévot is starting to stretch them out now. Puck Peterson has dropped a couple of bike lengths behind her. Haley Batten even more so. But the start-finish straight here in Nové Město is essential to be able to close those gaps down if you can.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long descent from the last climb, from that highest point back to the finish line. There's a little bit of time to recover. Of course, it's still very technical and yeah, on high speed, all these corners with all these routes.
There is Alessandra Keller. She's got Martina Berta for company best. We've seen Berta so far this season. Didn't have a great time of it in Brazil.
The riders need to stay sitting down, which makes this climb so difficult, and there's no respite. The routes, they're there the whole way from top to bottom. You have to stay seated, keep that weight on the back wheel.
180 beats per minute for Puck Peterson, for Alpecin de Koning, up the whoop, super climb.
Not an easy ride.
No, we've been laughingly calling it the Whoopenberg, haven't we?
The Whoopenberg.
It is like the Koppenberg in the Spring Classics. It's just relentless, and there's no right way up it all.
Yeah, super skills. I mean, the TV programs always just flatten things, they take the edge off things, but that is such a difficult section. Even just kind of, I went for a run lap yesterday and just running up it, it makes it hard work. It's rocky steps, basically.
Here we go, on to this really, really steep whoop super climb, lined by these rambunctious Czech fans.
This is looking ominous now from Ferrand-Prévot. She's got into a rhythm.
You took the words out of my mouth. Ominous is right. 28 seconds the difference.
No, I mean, I think she managed it completely wrong. Keller, she went away very early with 2 laps to go, but she kept the small gap till the end. She won it. But I think Pauline thought maybe someone else should have pushing harder and closed the gap, but it didn't work.
There was just the subtlest of flexes whenever Alessandra Keller was on the floor gulping for air after digging so deep. Ferrand-Prévot just stood alongside her, hardly even breathing, like a boxer. Just, she's not here to play this season.
Or is it the poker face? She's playing.
Yeah. But this last lap from Ferrand-Prévot is doing the damage, not just for Peterson, but all the other riders in the top 10. Those gaps going out. Candice Lill back now.
Big gap that. The reigning Olympic champion not having it her way this season at the UCI World Cups. And Puck Peterson is about to become the 4th member of this group. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot leads the way here in Nové Město na Moravě, the 3rd round of the UCI Cross Country World Cup. 47 seconds the difference. Puck Petersen was all by herself in second place, but has now been rejoined.
Yeah, cross-country racing, it's a little bit harder, a little bit more difficult maybe for her, but still, I mean, she managed also this kind of results, this kind of races.
Trouble for Hayley Batten then, off the bike and down on that Shimano climb. Puck Petersen getting caught up amongst it off the bike and pushing now.
And losing a lot of time in that section for Puck Petersen and Batten as well.
And this is exactly what they don't want to happen in this group, to start slowing each other down.
But you see just that one section, how big the gap's been created now.
Yeah, and it affects the whole lap almost.
Yeah.
She has to fight hard, Hayley Batten, to come back again. Maybe she hurt herself a little bit and she went down.
And I think that's what you find is when you're on the back foot physically, you make technical mistakes. You know, you're just trying that little bit too hard. You're in the red, your brain's not thinking quite as well. That's when you lose. And you saw the difference between Keller, Stigo riding that section great. She's nailed the line on the far left.
And it feels also, you feel the pressure in yourself. You have to close that gap again, so you have to take some more risks somewhere else.
Batten and Petersen now struggling to get back onto the back wheel of Alessandra Keller. Keller cracking on here, and is now in second place, 49 seconds behind the race leader, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. Yeah, pondering if she's going to have a pastry with her cortado, or maybe just leave it and get something when she gets back to the house. Hayley Batten, though, has broken free of this group and is going extremely well in second place now.
On her favourite part of the course.
Yeah, up that Whoop super climb, she looked good. Strong, direct, straight, whereas we saw the other riders weaving and winding a bit. So she's coming in, she's in good shape, but like I say, not at her best yet.
There's Hayley Batten then, 1 minute and 2 seconds back off Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. The chasing group of Keller, Stiger and Petersen, 1 minute 15 off the race leader. So that was a serious effort.
She gained back a lot of time, more than 20 seconds from the previous split time.
Yeah, really strong section for Batten then.
Yeah, it is. Of course, it's a real attack out of this group.
There she is.
Sixth place for Candice Lille and closing back on Puck Petersen. I mean, that's a hell of a ride for the South African.
Candice Lille, absolutely superb. Martina Bertes in seventh. Greta Seevald is in eighth, two Italians. Then it's Nina Benz, great ride from her. And Mona Mitterwallner is up inside the top 10 now.
Top 10.
Just so difficult to get the traction.
If you combine the two formats, cross-country Olympic and cross-country short track, Pauline's got 14 to Lecomte's 11. Big reach there for Hayley Batten.
Batten, we've seen her so strong on the technical rooty sections. Almost of kind of the bits that are almost like a bit like Mont Saint Anne in Canada. You know, we got the rocks and the roots and the lack of traction.
Yeah, whenever traction is compromised, Hayley Batten is absolutely superb. Let's watch the UCI cross-country world champion, double world champion, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. There is no bike faster in the Czech Republic than the one sat underneath Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. The would-be Golden Girl continues her unstoppable march towards the Paris Olympic Games. We wondered what Pauline Ferrand-Prévot had in store for us today. It's been one of her very, very best. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot wins at a counter in Nové Město, Moravě. Shots fired. The Garmin Sea of Ride. Meanwhile, a big performance today from the UCI World Cup overall points leader, Hayley Batten. There's a smile. Took the win last time out in Arusha, and she will be very, very happy with the fact that she has bested all but one of the world's best today. Came really, really good.
But we saw it had that similar performance to World Championships in the past.
Alessandra Keller crosses the line, third place, and again, a great ride from her. Big, big smile. First in the short track yesterday. She knows that was a good one. Puck Petersen on her UCI World Cup return, beating the wars in the short track. Got a top 5 there. Gets a top 5 cross-country Olympic distance. Lyra Stiger, best we've seen from her, just faded in the last lap and a half. Off the results then, it was over a minute in the end between Pauline Ferrand-Prévot and Hayley Batten. Alessandra Keller in third, then Puck Petersen fourth, then Stiger, Lille, Mitterwallner, Berta, Seevald, Benz. Huge rides from Lille and Benz. Endergan, Blunk, Lecomte, Courtney, Kohler, Henderson, Boe, Tioki, Haberlin, and 19th. Team BMC.
I'm strong in the uphill.
Fantastic to see. Congratulations. Talk about your race today.
Yeah, it was a great race. I mean, I wanted to go in my own speed, you know. And I knew also I wanted to do the first downhill at the front, so I just pushed at the start, and yeah, after I just tried to maintain this sprint. And yeah, I can't say I was feeling good, but I was, you know, like just doing my own race and try to push as much as possible.
You've had an exceptional performance here in Nové Město before. This is your third win here. What is it about Nové Město that you enjoy so much?
I will say I think it's a kind of lap who suits me. It's a quite steep climb, and you can really push and after that recover. And I think it's my strength, so yeah, I don't know. I also like the atmosphere and everything here.
Congratulations, fantastic effort, well done.
Merci.
The reigning UCI World Champion collects her first UCI World Cup win of the season at the first time of asking, having missed those first 2 rounds in Brazil. There's your podium then for Anne Prevost, from Batten, from Keller, from Petersen, from Steger.